Hello friends, welcome back to English Wala. Today I am going to discuss the degree change, degrees of comparison, positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. There are different forms how the adjectives can be changed into comparative degree or into superlative degree. So this is very important for the learners and for the job aspirants who are going to sit for the different competitive examinations. So please lend me your eyes and ears along with your mind. Let's start with degree change. Now, we should remember that most adjectives of quality and 4 adjectives of number and quantity, those are much, little, many and few, have degrees of comparison. So, first of all, we should remember 2 points. Number 1, most of the adjectives of quality have the degrees of comparison. Number 2, there are only 4 adjectives of number and quantity. They have their degrees of comparison, and those adjectives of number and quantity are much, little, many and few. Now, to know how adjectives are changed into comparative and superlative degree, we should have a fairly accurate conception about syllables. We have to learn how the adjectives can be changed into comparative or superlative form. The positive forms can be changed into comparative or superlative form. The spellings are different. For example, beautiful, when we turn it into comparative, it becomes more beautiful. Again, in superlative, it becomes most beautiful. Now, for example, gay, when it is gayer, gayest, what should the spelling be? Where er is added, where only r is added. So, for these reasons, if we try to find out some rules, we must have an accurate conception about syllables. At least we should know what syllables are. So we can easily understand a monosyllabic word, a disyllabic word, a trisyllabic word, etc. That means a word which has only 1 syllable, a word which has 2 syllables, in this way. Let us have that very conception first. What is a syllable? A syllable is a unit of pronunciation, having 1 vowel sound with or without surrounding consonants. That means it is a unit of pronunciation. It must have a vowel sound. Again, in that syllable, there may be a consonant sound or may not. Again, a syllable can form a whole of a word, and that is monosyllabic word. For example, great, put, mate. So a syllable can form a whole of a word or can form a part of it. So syllable is a unit of pronunciation having a vowel sound. So vowel sound is the obligatory element in a syllable. And there may be a consonant sound or may not be. That means there may be one or more than one consonant sound. For example, let us see great. There is only one vowel sound. The things should be made clear. There are in this word great, we find there are two vowels, E, A. But there is only one vowel sound. So there is only one syllable. Again, if we take the second one, so ug, it is a unit of pronunciation with a vowel sound, and li, it is another unit of pronunciation with a vowel. So there are two syllables. Again, if I say incarnate, so incarnate. So there are three syllables. If I say interest, so there are four syllables. So we can get a monosyllabic word, that means a word with only one syllable. We can get a word with two syllables. We can get a word with three syllables. We can get a word with four syllables. Even we can get a word with 5 syllables or more than that. Now let us see how adjectives are changed into from the positive form into comparative and superlative form, and the forms depend on the number of syllables. Now monosyllabic adjectives. For example, I told you great. Great is an adjective, but there is only one syllable, so it is a monosyllabic adjective. So, like the other adjectives, like great, generally the adjectives of one syllable are changed into comparative by adding er. So, when we are changing into comparative, we add to the positive form er, and into superlative by adding est to the positive form. So, it is very easy. I think that all of you know this. For example, cold, it is a monosyllabic adjective, so it will be colder and colder. Hot, hotter and hotter. Rich, richer and richest. Long, longer and longest. Small, smaller and smallest. Rough, rougher and roughest. So when the adjective is monosyllabic, in comparative form, we add er, in superlative form, we add est to the positive form. This is rule number 1. Next, rule 2. Now, monosyllabic adjective ending in single vowel and single consonant. Single vowel and single consonant. That means, if there is only a monosyllabic adjective, there is only a vowel, only one vowel sound as it is, monosyllabic adjective. Let us see when an adjective of one syllable ends in a single consonant. There is only one consonant at the end, preceded by a single vowel. Before that there is a single vowel. The consonant is doubled, and when we make it into comparative or into superlative, this very consonant is doubled. To form the comparative and superlative, the last consonant will be doubled. Again, we may call this rule the CVC rule, because here we find consonant, vowel, consonant, CVC. So when there is a monosyllabic adjective and if the adjective ends in a single vowel, And if that very vowel is ends in a single consonant, and if that consonant is preceded by a vowel, obviously if there is single consonant, so there must be another vowel before that. That very consonant is doubled when ER or EST is added. So sad, S-A-D, there is a vowel A and D. It is the consonant, single consonant. So when we add ER, D is doubled and it becomes sadder, S-A-D-D-E-R, saddest, glad, gladder, gladdest, hot, hotter, hottest, fat, fatter, fattest, thin, thinner, thinnest, slim, slimmer, slimmest, red, redder, reddest. This very rule is also called the CVC rule. That means if the last three letters are consonant, vowel and consonant, then when any sort of suffixation is done, the last consonant is doubled. Next one, adjectives ending in E. That means when an adjective ends in E. So the last letter of the adjective is E. If the adjective in the positive degree ends in E, the E of ER and EST is dropped. That means when we want to add ER in comparative degree, there is already an E. So no need of using the E of ER. So the spelling will not be double ER. For example, able, A-B-L-E, already there is an E. So when we turn it into comparative degree, we only add the R. So abler and ablest, and in superlative degree only ST is added. So when there is E at the end, we will not add ER or EST, rather we should add R and ST. So brave, braver, bravest, simple, simpler, simplest, noble, nobler, noblest, wide, wider, widest, large, larger, largest, wise, wiser, wisest. I think it is clear to you now. Next one, adjectives ending in Y preceded by a consonant. Keep it in mind. When adjective ends in Y and before that there is a consonant, how we should change? If the adjective in the positive degree ends in Y and it is preceded by a consonant, that means a consonant comes before it. That means if the last two letters of an adjective are a consonant and Y, then Y is changed into I. Very important rule. So if the last two letters of an adjective are a consonant and Y, the Y, when we add ER or EST in comparative and superlative, the Y is changed into I, and then ER and EST are added to form the comparative and superlative degree. So for example, busy, what are the last two letters? S, Y. That means a consonant and Y. And when we turn it into comparative degree, we must add ER, and in this case Y should be at first turned into I. So what will be the spelling? B-U-S-Y, busy, becomes in comparative degree busier, B-U-S-I-E-R, busier, and busiest. So Y should be turned into I. Same is the case with happy, happier, happiest, deadly, deadlier, deadliest, ugly, uglier, ugliest, merry, merrier, merriest. So, it will also help you in the rule of proper spelling. Next one, adjectives ending in y preceded by a vowel. That means if in an adjective the last two letters are vowel and y, then y should not be turned into I, y should remain intact and er or est is added to it. When the adjective in the positive degree ends in y preceded by a vowel, only er and est are added to form the comparative and superlative respectively. That means when there is y and consonant before that at the end of an adjective, y is turned into I. But when there is a vowel and a consonant at the vowel and a y at the end of an adjective, y does not change. Y takes simply er and est in comparative degree and superlative degree. For example, gay, gayer, gayest. So y is not changed. Grey, grayer, grayest, fair, fair, fairest. There are only a few examples, few words of this kind. Next one, adjectives of two or more syllables. All those adjectives I discussed so far were monosyllabic adjectives. Now, if we take the disyllabic or bisyllabic adjectives, disyllabic adjectives, adjectives of two or trisyllabic adjectives, adjectives of two or more syllables, adjectives of two or more syllables, a few of one syllable also, form the comparative and superlative by using the adverb more and most respectively. So, most of the adjectives having two or more syllables take more and most in comparative and superlative respectively. For example, beautiful. Beautiful, it becomes more beautiful, most beautiful. Careful, it becomes more careful, most careful. Courageous, more courageous, most courageous. Dangerous, more dangerous, most dangerous. Splendid, more splendid, most splendid. Difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Peculiar, most peculiar, more peculiar, most peculiar. Real, real, more real, most real. Right, right, right. It's a monosyllabic one. Right, more right, most right. So, adjectives having two or more syllables take more and most to form comparative and superlative degree respectively. Now, compound adjectives. Sorry. When compound adjectives are turned into comparative and superlative, their meanings are taken into account and they are changed accordingly. So, according to their meaning, they are changed. For example, well known. Well known, it's a compound adjective. So, well known, in comparative, it will be, well known means good known, better known, and in superlative, it will be best known. Hardworking, it will be harder working, hardest working. The hardest working boys will win the competition. Good-hearted, better-hearted, best-hearted. Dull-witted, duller-witted, dullest-witted. Far-fetched, more far-fetched, most far-fetched. Short-sighted, more short-sighted, most short-sighted. So, we should understand at first the meanings of the compound adjectives and they should be changed accordingly. Now, participial adjectives, that means with ing and ed. Already I have discussed about participial phrase, participles in different relations. When participles ending in ing and ed or ed are used as adjectives, they are compared by using more or most. That means in positive degree. So when we turn a participle into comparative degree or into superlative degree, we must use more or most. In comparative degree, more; in superlative degree, it will be most. So inspiring, more inspiring, most inspiring; tiring, more tiring, most tiring; surprising, most surprising, most surprising; tired, more tired, most tired. Tired is a participle. Injured, more injured, most injured; blessed, more blessed, most blessed. So participles are turned into comparative degree and superlative degree by adding more and most respectively. Now adjectives and adverbs having irregular forms. For example, the following adjectives and adverbs are compared irregularly. We should keep this in our mind. It does not follow any rule. We should keep them in our mind. For example, bad, ill or evil. These three positive adjectives, these three adjectives have their comparative form worse or worser. Worser is archaic. We find worser in many plays of William Shakespeare, but nowadays we generally don't use this very comparative form worser. So worse, worst, good or well, better, best. It does not follow any rule. We should remember them. Little, less or lesser. These have two different meanings, less and lesser. I will discuss the difference in their meanings in a separate lesson. And least, many, more, most, much for quantity, many for number, much for quantity, more, most, far, farther or farther, farthest or farthest, for, former, foremost, hind, hinder or hinder or hindmost, let, later or later, L-A-T-T-E-R, latest. There is also a difference between these two. I will discuss the difference in a separate lesson. Up, upper, uppermost, in, inner, inmost or innermost, out, outer, outmost or outermost. And we can see here up, in, out. They are not used as adjectives. So they are not used as adjectives in positive degree, but in comparative or superlative degree, they are used as adjectives. So you should also remember this, that in cannot be used as an adjective, but inner can be used as an adjective. Out cannot be used as an adjective, but outer can be used, or outmost or utmost can be used as an adjective. Now, some comparatives without then. We know that usually to make a sentence with comparative degree adjective, the adjective of comparative form, we use then, because a comparison is done between two individuals or two groups. I have discussed that in my previous video. Now, there are some comparatives in which then is not used. The comparatives, they are originally Latin ones. For example, superior, inferior, senior, junior, prior. These are originally Latin adjectives, Latin comparative forms. They are comparative forms. They denote the sense of comparison, but they do not take then after them. Prior are followed by to, not by then. We should remember these words. There are some comparatives which are followed neither by then nor by to. So there are some comparatives which are followed by to. For example, I prefer coffee to tea. Isn't it? This fruit is superior to that. So to is used in those cases. But there are certain other adjectives in their comparatives, in their comparative forms, they do not take either then or to. For example, former, later, hinder, upper, inner, outer, utter, elder, etc. They neither take then nor do they take to. The adjectives, there are some adjectives which express shape, material, time, or the highest or lowest degree of some quality. They cannot be compared. There are some adjectives, the adjectives expressing shape or material or time or the highest or lowest degree of some quality cannot be compared. They do not have any comparative form or any superlative form. For example, round, we cannot say it is rounder. It is rounder. If we say it is rounder, that means it is near about round, so not more round. Square, it cannot be changed into comparative degree, though square is an adjective. Arden, can we change it into comparative or superlative? Golden, can we say more golden, most golden? No. Daily, annual, perfect. We cannot say more perfect. Yes, sometimes we do use more perfect. That means it is very close to perfect. So it is less than perfect. More perfect means less than perfect. So we cannot use the comparative form or superlative form of perfect. Perfect means perfect. Perfect, extreme, eternal, chief. Chief means chief. So someone cannot be chiefer or chiefest, isn't it? Almighty, infinite, infinite, and we cannot almighty means God, almighty. So cannot be almighty here means God. So you cannot use any adjective. If I say Almighty God, we cannot say He is Almighty. So how can we use Almighty here? Sometimes colloquially while speaking, we do not bother about the grammatical rules. Then we can say that yes, it is better than the best. It is not grammatically correct, isn't it? But for the sake of emphasis, we do say this. Now, complete, supreme, unique, universal, dead, empty, etc. You cannot say emptier. Empty means there is nothing in it. So how can it be emptier? Isn't it? So I think how adjectives are turned into their comparative forms and superlative forms. And now, easy to you, you have understood this. And in my next class, I will transform the sentences. I will make you learn, I will discuss how we can turn a sentence in superlative degree into comparative degree into positive degree and vice versa. And till then, thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Please, if my video proves to be helpful to you, subscribe to my channel, like it, and make comments. If you want to know anything else, whatever you want to know, you may write in the comment section. And your comments are always precious to me. Thank you. Thank you a lot for watching my video.